Hello dear students. So far we have covered equation of a straight line, equation of a parabola, meaning of slope of a curve at a point, and the meaning of area bounded by curve between two given points. So now we will proceed towards the first important graph, that will be the position time graph. Its sibling is displacement time graph, and related to that there is a displacement time graph, because position, displacement and distance are kind of brother sisters. So all these things we will study, and we know that position and displacement are vector and distance is a scalar. So what are the points that we want to study on all these graphs, that from where it starts and whether the graph increases or decreases, it is positive or negative, what is the meaning of the slope, and how we can interconvert one graph to other. To do that, let me take a real life situation. So suppose this is a straight line along which the particle is moving. So the starting of the motion can be from anywhere. We can start from origin, it can start from somewhere, or it can start from somewhere. So suppose if it starts moving from here, so position is a kind of a displacement with respect to origin. So if the motion starts from here, so that position is a positive, because position is a vector and direction, the 1D motion is taken by plus or minus. If the motion starts from origin, then obviously position is 0, and the motion starts from somewhere here, then position is negative. So start of the position, so initial position can be positive, negative or 0. But displacement, even if it starts from here, so when it will move, only then it will be called it has displaced. So initial displacement is always 0. So displacement graph will always be started from the origin. So initial displacement will always be 0, and the same would be for the distance, because obviously when the body give body some time, only then it will cover a distance. It won't be happen that right now it has just started, and at the moment of the start it has already distance. At the moment of a start, it can start with already some initial position, but at the initial moment it cannot have any displacement. At the initial moment it cannot have any distance. So distance time graph and displacement time graph, they both will start from the origin, because at the initial moment displacement and distance are 0, but position time can start from positive, negative or 0. So that is one thing. And now suppose the motion is there can be so many motion. The particle can go like that and it cannot come back, or particle can go like this and it can come back. So you can see that we are measuring position from here, and on this direction position is positive, on this direction position is negative. So position can be positive, position can be negative. So position can be positive or negative, and if it is going here it is increasing, if it is going there it is decreasing. So same thing we can say about displacement. Only thing is that for the displacement we will be measuring everything from the start. So if it is here, displacement is positive, it is here, displacement is negative. If it is going towards there, displacement is increasing, it is coming towards here, displacement is increasing. But about the distance, distance cannot decrease. What happens? You can stop moving. You can stop moving till that moment whatever you have moved, so that will become constant, but it will not. If you change your direction of motion, the distance covered by you will not decrease. It will always increase, and distance is always positive. So what I can say that it can increase, can decrease, this can also increase, displacement can also increase, displacement can also decrease, but distance always, it is better to say cannot decrease. Cannot decrease, in the word cannot decrease there are two things, either it can remain constant or it will increase. So better to write that it can't decrease. So it can either increase or remain constant. It can be positive, negative or 0. this can be positive, negative or 0, and this cannot be negative. It can be positive or negative. It can be positive or 0. If the motion is not taking place, distance is 0. If it is moving, then distance has to be positive. So it is better to say that it is a non-negative. So suppose particle is moving along this path, and let me take now this path. I'll take that one also. Suppose it started from here at t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, it had some initial position, say x naught, and at time t, the particle is at position x. So velocity at time t is, say, v, and we know that velocity is the rate of change of position with respect to time. So v is equal to dx by dt. Dx is the position at time t, and from initial movement to the time t, displacement is, say, x. So I can also write x is equal to initial position plus displacement, so that we can write d by dt of s plus x naught. Initial position is some constant, so derivative of a constant is 0. So v is equal to dx by dt, and v is also ds by dt. So velocity is the rate of change of position with respect to time, and velocity is also the rate of change of displacement with respect to time, and that you have already studied in the beginning, the kinematics. So now the coming to the slope. So if we have a xt graph, its slope will be dx by dt, and dx by dt is the velocity. And if we have st graph, its slope will be ds by dt, and ds by dt is also velocity. So what we can say that position time graph will give us velocity, and slope of position time graph will give us velocity, and the slope of displacement time graph will also give us the velocity. What will give the slope of distance time graph? That would be d of d by dt, but we don't have any physical quantity that we can name d of d by dt. So but we'll conclude from a real life situation, and how we can convert from position time graph to displacement time graph, and displacement time graph to distance time graph. So, and for that also I am taking a real life situation, and then I'll write it down here how we can convert from position time to displacement time, or from the displacement time to position to distance time. So this is a real life situation here. From the top of a tower of height 455 meter, a particle is projected vertically upwards with a velocity 30 meter per second at t is equal to 0. We have to take origin at ground, and the upward direction is the positive direction, and then we have to plot the graph of position time, displacement time, and distance time graph. All these three graphs that we just talked about, we have to plot. So this is a motion under gravity, a very simple case. It will reach to maximum height at time u by g. So this moment of time would be u by g. U is 30 and time g is 10. So it will reach here at the maximum height at 3 seconds. And this maximum height formula is u square by 2g. U is 30, 30 square by 2g mean 20. So that would be 45 meter. So from this level it will reach up to 45 meter more. This is 45 meter, and this is the highest point. So at the highest point the particle comes to a momentary rest. So velocity here is 0. That all things will be used, will come in some way or other in the graph, and then it will fall down, and while falling down it will cross through the point of projection again, and time taken from here to maximum height is same as the time taken from the maximum height to this. So this time is 3, so this is 3 more. So the moment of time, this is, if this is t is equal to 0, this is t is equal to 3, so this is t is equal to 6 seconds, and then it will come down here and then fall down. And for this overall time of motion, we have a direct formula, or I can do it orally. See, this is 45 meter, this is 455, so this height is 500, 455 plus 45, and at this moment the velocity is 0. So from here it is falling under gravity with 0 initial velocity. So from here to here the time of flight is square root of 2h by g. H is 500, 2 into 500, 1000 divided by 10, 100 is square root is 10. So from here to here it will take 10 seconds more. From here to here time was 3 seconds. So it will reach to the ground at t is equal to 13 seconds. So now we can start plotting it. So now let's plot the graph. I've already made the graph sheet, and we have to just use this data that we have just calculated, and also if required we'll use the equations. So let's start with the position time graph. At t is equal to, we have to measure the all the position from here, upward direction is positive. So at t is equal to 0, particle is at here. So position is 455. So at t is equal to 0, position is 455. The position I am using with the blue color, displacement I will be using green color, and distance with the black color. And now at t is equal to 3, the distance from the ground is 455 plus 45, 500. So position at t is equal to 3 is 500 somewhere here. And position at t is equal to 6, it is again at the level of the point of projection. So from the ground its height is 455, so position is 455 at t is equal to 6. And at t is equal to 13 seconds it falls back to the ground. So and all the distances are to be measured from here. So position at t is equal to 13 is 0. So the graph of the position time will pass through these points. So this is enough for us to plot, but still I want to use the equation of motion. We know that second equation of motion, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and that will be used for this graph also and from the interconversion of the graph. So this initial velocity upward direction is positive, so 30t, and plus acceleration is minus g because upward direction is positive, so put minus g, so that will be minus 5t square. So s is equal to minus 5t square plus 30t. And we talked about the equation of parabola. So equation of parabola, the square term coefficient, if it is a positive it opens up, if coefficient of the square term is negative it goes down. So immediately it appears that the parabola would be something like this, and that is enough for us. The shape is something like this and it is passing through these points. So what will be the, and this is the actually displacement time graph, and the position is a final position, displacement is final position minus initial position. So that can be written as a final position at time t is x, initial position was 455, so minus 5t square plus 30t. So if I want to write the position at time t, I will write minus 5t square plus 30t plus 455, and this graph would be, actually I need not to be that mathematically accurate, some physics and a little bit of maths, their combination will do our job done. So this is all from the physics, and even if I do not solve this from these points, I can plot a smooth curve, and the maths will tell that smooth curve will be a parabola. So the position time graph will be something like this, So this is our position time graph done. And now the displacement time graph. See, there is no difference between position and displacement, only this point. Everything is the same, only the difference is at the start. All the functional form is the same, start is different. We discussed that position time graph can start from anywhere, but the displacement time graph starts only from the origin. So if we want to convert position time to displacement time, so what we should do, we should just translate this whole position time graph and its start should be put at the origin. So we will get the displacement time graph. So displacement time graph would be, to convert position time graph into a displacement time graph, translate, when I say translate, mean the shape should not change, orientation of the shape should not be changed, shape should be as it is, only the starting point should now come to the origin. So translate position time graph such that start is at origin. So everything would be same in shape. So this graph would be something like this, and then it will go like this. That won't be appear. So exactly same thing, I have just put the start at the origin. And one more thing you should see, that every point at any moment, say if you look at here, the slope of this is also velocity and the slope of this is also velocity. So tangent here and tangent here are parallel. So velocity from the displacement, slope of displacement time graph is also velocity, slope of position time graph is also velocity. So that is also clear from this graph. And now the distance time graph. Distance is always positive and never decrease. So and we will measure distance from the start here, which is here. So from here to here, distance is positive until there is no turning. Magnitude of displacement is the distance. So turning occurs here. So up to here, the distance time and displacement time graph is same. So now I am plotting the distance time graph. So distance time graph is same up to here till there is a turning. Now I want to take a little distance. Suppose particle, this height is 45 meter, and let me talk about the displacement. I am talking measuring displacement from here. Suppose the particle falls here by a distance x from this point. So what is the displacement here? So this height is 45, distance fallen is x, so the displacement is 45 minus x. And what is the distance? Distance keep on increasing. So distance from here to here is 45 plus x. So if after turning the particle is displaced by x, so displacement is 45 minus x, then distance is 45 plus x. So suppose here it is turning, here it is turning. So after here, if now you can see that displacement is decreasing but distance cannot decrease. So if it goes here by x, so distance will goes up by x. So the shape would be like this. So, and I'll keep on drawing like that. So can't you see that if I draw a line from the point where turning occurs, mean where the velocity is 0. So from that line, the mirror image of the displacement time graph would be the distance time graph, right? So distance time graph, two things we can say about the distance time graph, conversion of displacement time graph to distance. I am not writing, you can listen properly. So to convert displacement time graph and distance time graph interconversion, first thing you should note that if there is no turning, so the magnitude of displacement is the distance, number one. From the moment from the moment turning occurs, from that moment make a line parallel to t-axis, and then the distance time graph is the mirror image of the displacement time graph. So from this moment onward, distance time graph would be like this, and overall at 6 and overall distance covered would be, this is 45, this is 45, this is 45, this is 500 plus 45, 545. So the finally particle will cover a distance of 545 meter when it will reach to the ground. So we understand so many things about the position time graph, displacement time graph, and distance time graph. The more important are the position and displacement time graph, and if required we can convert, we can make an interconversion. Thank you.